Hey everybody, good morning. So I'm greeting you not from my kitchen, but from my office, my office space, which is actually a closet. Why? Because I am going through something very interesting spiritually, I find, and I wanted to actually make a video to share it with you today. When you start to try to make changes in your life and you decide on your own, or for me, what you feel like God is calling you to, there's trial. And we have to choose how to face it, or how to endure it, or how to persevere through it. So I wanted to share a little bit with you. You know, I'm a busy mom with 6 kids, and I work from home. I own my own business for coaching, and then I love to run things like challenge, like this prayer challenge, and then other challenges I run with fitness and nutrition. I have deep desires in my heart to write, like a devotional type book one day. I want to spend time with my children. 2 of my sons have special needs with their education, which required extra time. My husband took a new job this year. And then we just had a lot of changes. So something that's been on my heart was to get up in the morning to pray, which is why I started this group, because I find that it's not only me. I think we've all experienced that there's grace when you greet God with the first moments of your morning. The other thing I've been praying lately is for the grace to be intentional, to be able to take the moment, to focus on the moment, to embrace the moment, and to add value to the moment. And I know that one of the things that can rob me of that at times is social media, or my cell phone, or my iPad. So lately, like, one of the things I first started to do was I kind of let my iPad die. I didn't keep it around, which helped a lot. But I still struggled a little bit with my phone. Then I started to set times to be unplugged in the afternoon. And then when my husband was home, he unplugs and I unplug so we can be present to one another. Well, it's funny because it's still a battle, you know, and I want that intentionality. I feel like it's an important thing to teach, especially our children. But I also think that the other extreme of saying, well, I'm just going to go off of this, and I'm not going to be on social media at all, is not beneficial either, because there's groups like this that add fruit, value, grace, and life to us, you know, especially if you're a mom, or if you're busy with your job and you don't see people. It's nice to take 10, 15 minutes into a group like this and share and read what's going on and be inspired and know you're not alone. So where's the balance? Well, last night while cooking dinner, I was listening to a podcast, because that's what I do, and my cell phone fell off of where it was propped into my glass of hot tea, and it's currently broken. It was very interesting to me. I kind of felt like when it happened, it was a divine moment where I saw, number one, I don't have the money to buy a new one, so I'm praying that this bag of rice it's sitting in is going to work its wonder. But number 2, I got the point. The Lord, I felt like, said, you've been asking for this, to be detached, to be intentional, so I'm going to allow this trial. I'm not saying the Lord made my phone fall on the tea, but He's letting the circumstances teach me the importance of being intentional. This morning I plugged my iPad in thinking, okay, well, this is good. At least I can get a little bit of like messages on my iPad, because now I have no access to texting anybody, and I don't have phone numbers for some of my family members, and I'm trying to get a hold of them. So I can use my good old-fashioned phone. And my iPad, which is 7 years old, is so slow. It's like, oh my goodness. And I had to laugh. I could cry, I could get mad, I could run to Sprint, run to the Apple store and wait for 5 hours. Or I could sit here and think, okay, God, you know what? What do you need me to do today first? And I felt like He said this morning after praying, get your house in order and your heart in order. You know, your physical house and your interior home. And so that's what I want to share with you today in this group. If you have days that are crazy, if you're going through a hard time, you know, I did not get up early this morning because my baby, who's 7 months old, is cutting teeth. He's had a bad bout of a sinus infection, and he woke up every hour crying and choking on phlegm. So I was up almost all of the night, and I didn't get up. In fact, the kids really made it on the bus. But I did, once the kids were on the bus, sit down with my coffee, and I prayed. And I was really blessed, especially if you have that Mother's Daily Companion book by Danielle Bean, the one today on patience and suffering, made me kind of smile. But my point is, take care of your home and your interior home and learn to be intentional. I want to challenge you with that. Yes, we are praying for these 21 days together I'm specifically asking for graces for my husband and his new job. And how can I be intentional with him? But even in the moment, how can I get the most out of my prayer time? By being intentional. How can I get the most out of being in this group? Being intentional, not rushing it, but actually reading some of the stories you guys are sharing and commenting on it, building a relationship and community here. How can I be intentional with my children? Well, now I don't have to worry about unplugging because I have to, at least for the next couple of days until we figure out what to do. And give thanks for the trials. I feel like the Lord knows my heart and he's blessing it because I have joy right now and I should really probably be angry and frustrated. But I also know I'm being tested and pushed because Satan does not like it. And he doesn't want me to be intentional. He wants me to be on my phone all day long because then I'm not honoring the moments. So if you've ever struggled with this balance and priorities, and intentionality is a great route. And I'm actually reading a book right now called Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. It's phenomenal. My team, I'm teaching it to them. I'm doing a mentorship with John C. Maxwell this year on this, and it's so good. But I just wanted to share that with you today. My prayer for all of you is to be intentional and find the joy in the moment. And I just wanted to share that with you and ask that you pray for me. And please share below ways that you can be more intentional. And remember, it's not tossing the good and bad out the window together. It's finding the balance. All right, guys, have a blessed day.